Hello and welcome, you amazing person. My name is Rob. I am the Manic Gaming Guy. Today we're in for a special treat because we're carrying on the automation series where I am showing you how to make some moving props to your amazing cars you make that you want to then export to BeamNG for having a little bez about, and obviously the moving props helps the submersiveness of the vehicle that you are driving. And just to show you what I mean, here's a preview of some props I've already done. Ignition starter switch. The steering wheel. Clutch, brake, and throttle. A drifter's handbrake. Ignition key. Split plates linked to the light bar that work on the front, the back, and a little indicator inside. And some other mods you haven't seen yet, such as the moving exhaust pipe when you throttle. Working speedo and rev gauges, which we are going to eventually okay, where's my revs gone? I promise they do work. Working boost gauge. Active arrow for speed. Ooh, go on, drop down a gear. There we go. Oh, that's it. And active arrow for braking. You've seen the amazing list that I've already achieved. Feel free to jump over to the playlist, wherever that's hidden around, and have a good rummage through those videos and learn some cool tricks yourself. Today's one is going to be exciting. We are going to be making a G-meter. What do I mean? Well, let's jump over to BeamNG and I'll show you. So here we are in BeamNG, where we'd just like to preview the mod that we have got. You've always seen a list of ones that we've done and to come as a little teaser. So don't forget to like and subscribe if that's your sort of thing. But yes, today is this thing. Well, actually no, we're going to be using this thing. We're going to be making a G-force reader meeting thing. Well, you'll see it in the thumbnail, hopefully. I've done a good job there. Probably not. Who knows? But let me demonstrate what I'm on about. This thing is linked to the G-force of the car, so if we're leaning and we're swaying or whatever, this thing will move over to the side, and then we demonstrate. I'm going to have to lean over pretty awkwardly, but here we go. So we're going straight. If we turn left, it will sway to the right, but then it's not linked to the wheel. It's just linked to the inertia and wherever the wheel's going. It gives you a little bit more of visuals of the G's that your car's going through. And we're going to try and somehow see if we can work out how to put it onto the screen with some other axes involved, so we can have the forward G-force and also rear force G-force. And I've got a little idea of how we're going to do that. So let's jump over to automation and give it a go. So there you have it. There's a cool looking swinging thing in your car, but let's make it better by making a little digital display dial that shows the G-force that you're pulling in your car. Let's jump over to automation, where we go start the progress. Here we are. Automation, the car company, tycoon game. And we're going to be attempting the G-meter. The G-reader, the G-scale, I'm sure there's a proper name for it. A graph that shows you the G's that your car is pulling in a corner. So you obviously saw it demonstrated going left and right with this. But you cannot have a prop have more than one function, as far as I know. So I only went left and right. I couldn't go forward and backwards as if you were braking and accelerating. So I thought maybe we can do it with a screen. I was being a little bit ambitious because this is a rotation. This is the old upper downy, lefty righty, translucents. I don't know, I can never say that word properly. But we'll give it a go anyway. The maths will be a lot harder. My maths is getting better with the coding, that's for sure. With how to work it all out when it comes to rotations. But you need to know a lot, not necessarily just about the coding side of things, but what the car's actually doing. Like when it comes to the revs, you need to know your car's hitting 6,000 revs, let's per se. And then you need to know when it comes to doing the prop that you need to put that input into the coding, work your units out and stuff per unit. But anyway, for this, I'm going to be using one of these, well, two of these, and I'm going to make them into a glass, and I'm going to make them light up, and hopefully they will work and make it look like the screen's doing the jobby rather than just random props floating about. I need to turn all this stuff back up. Right, I'm all set up now, hopefully, for doing a bit of coding. So basically, let me do a quick breakdown what happened. I have a screen here, which I found in the interior. The glass wasn't see-through enough, so I changed the material to a glass one that was more translucent. And then I got some of those panel pieces. I changed the material so they were the same with the gauge needles, so they're green and they will light up when the lights come on. Don't know why it's doing that. I'm hoping that doesn't stay the same. I don't know why it decided to have it different brightnesses, but we can work with it. I saw something will happen if I do keep it. I'll change it in the future off camera. But anyway, I do think the gear stick going to play a little bit of trouble with the pleasures of watching it, so I'm going to do a sacrilege thing and try and get it to look smaller. That's not a gear stick. What am I changing? I am, but not the right one. There we go. What are we thinking? Something like this. Maybe a little bit like this. How we change the width to look cool? Change it a tiny bit width-wise. Yeah. Don't want to look stupid. Gonna make it a little bit wider, like this. That's not too bad. And then we get to see the meter reading, the G scales, and we do get still see a bit of handbrake while we're driving around. So that's cool. Still got the gear stick to do. Right, happier. Now let's jump over to the codes. Let's jump our number, get our numbers. 167 is going to be up and down, which should be the last one, Z. And then we're going to want 168 to be left and right. Yeah, left and right, which is going to be... Well, I'm confused. Oh yeah, so I flipped it. So let's see if this happens. Are they both going to be exactly the same code because I rotated the prop? Or is it still going to go left and right? There you go. We've got to work something out today. 167, 168. So we've got to change the prop number to 167, 168. These are going to be using this code here. Obviously, it'll be in the description, guys. I'm gonna be, oh no. That's in the wrong place. I want these bottom two. That's almost a bit of a mistake. Right, so we said the last axes. No, right. No, so X is going to be left and right. So we need to work out, do we want Y or do we want Z? Oh, is it going to be the same as all this? This says X is red. Oh, left and right. X. The green is back and forth. So yeah, this one's going to be on X. The second one's going to be on X because that's going left and right. And then we want back and forth to be the middle one, which is going to be, if I click the wheel again, the green one, which is going to be Y. Hope this works. If it's not Y, it's C. Okay. So, code-wise, we use this, but this was a rotational code. I was keeping two defaults of G-force, so I was thinking 3 Gs. It's actually done in milliseconds squared. It's like squared meter per second. It's what the actual mass is being worked out to. But I got away with this one. We're starting with 3. And it was swinging like a madman. So I had 3 in here and 3 in here. I think higher the number you go in this reference, and the lower you go in this reference, the slower motion we're going to get. So, we'll find out, won't we? We could just copy this one. Is it just work? Is it going to be too much? Well, the problem is now, because we're not doing it as a rotation either, that this needs to be put back to 0. And we've said we thought both props are actually working off the same rotation, didn't we? We both want to be using red, because this one wants to be going up and down, whoops, which is red, which is blue, and this one's going left and right, which is blue, which is the z-axis, which is the last in the column. So apparently here is where we want him to go. And the value we're going to be putting in, we could do 1 to 1 and then to see how crazy it goes, and then see if it needs to get more or less. My guess it's definitely going to be less and be flying around off the screen. Well, I think now's the time to export it and find out. It's that time where we think we've got somewhere, so let's jump over to BeamNG, give it a little test, and probably have to jump back over to automation and fix it. Yes, that's right. We're back in BeamNG for some testing. The light things are still there, so that's a good sign. I wonder what they look like when you put the lights on. Yeah, they do glow up, so that's cool. Imagine it at night time. It's dark. And you're driving down the valleys, and you just want to see your G reading. Yeah, that look cool. That'll look cool. Let's do this demonstration at night time, because this is going to be pretty funky. Yeah. So I've done a pre-testing for you, and it works. Just not the way we want it to. Of course, all the G meter readings are completely whack. They both go the same direction, so I was right about rotating them. It does match each other to the prop, but they are not right to where I thought the value should go. So yeah, they're going back and forth this way, and they're both doing that as well. If I turn right, so you could tell they're both just doing crazy back and forthness. So I just need to find out which one they actually need to go in to make them go left and right and up and down instead, and also reduce the numbers. Like I said, 1 to 1 is a bit too much. So I think it's going to be more like 1.1 or 1.0 something. Let's go test those theories out. Go to automation, I think. So there we go, as always, from BeamNG back to automation, back from automation to BeamNG, back to automation to BeamNG, back to BeamNG to automation, automation, BeamNG, back to automation, BeamNG, automation. Well, there's not going to be too much to say really for this one. It didn't look like the movement was going to be way too much as well. But maybe that would change once, because obviously like it was flying all the way this way. So I think because that was rotating. So I think these are too high. So let's bring these down to 1. And hopefully they don't move too much. And then we'll bring these down to 0.01, and we'll see what happens with this. 0.01. So maybe this will reduce the distance, and this will help reduce the speed that they're going at, and also the distance that they're trying to reach. And also the axis was wrong, wasn't it? Okay, so they shouldn't be there. Let's try 2 different ones, and let's see which one ends up on the right one. So you can just be 0 now. You can just be 0 now. And then if I go to this one, yep, that's correct. .01. So it shows the second to last and the first one out of the translucent ones. So okay, let's hope that works. Beamer G to automation, automation, Beamer G, back to automation, Beamer G, automation. Okay, this could start getting tedious for you guys. You know what I'm doing. I'm trial and error, finding the right place, and we'll get there. I think I've got this one going up and down, and this one going left and right, possibly. It's a bit hard to tell. Yeah, so the top one's, the vertical one's definitely going up and down. I can't really tell what the bottom one's doing. But the value's too small as well, so let's try upping the value and then just moving them about a little bit. I'll come back to you with the finished result. I was trying to save you some of the aggro of watching this video all the way through. I'm sure you get the gist now. We're going to be going back and forth and just sorting out the dials and that. Let's maybe jump over to the finished project. Ooh, back in the automation world. So here's our code. I had to swap the 2 props around in the end because I realised I got those 2 messed up. Or I could have just probably easily swapped those 2, I guess. Here's what we ended up. I also rotated the vertical one. Do you know how I rotated it 90 degrees, make it vertical? And now rotated it 90 degrees, put it the same direction as the other one, and then stretched it taller and made it thinner, and did it that way. So they're both lined up exactly the same, as in rotationally wise. We went for 300 in the end. I don't know, I was thinking G-force, you know, was the most that you probably see on a meter, 300, so I went for that, 300. And then it was just 1 to 1, it seems. And that did alright. I played about a lot of back and forth. It's lucky I didn't record it and made you go through the same pains and that I had to go through. But there we go, I sorted it. Oh, we needed to put the negative value in, so it needed to be on the vertical one, which I believe is the second one. Yeah, the second one, which is 168. But it's now the first one. There we go, and then put negative value in there. And now that should go left and right the way it should do. But they exported. There we have it. We're finished in automation. Let's jump over to Beam and G for one last look at this beautiful moving prop we've managed to make. Oh well, I thought I'd show it working now. It's quite cool to see this swinging with it as well. I need to find some fluffy dice or something to put up there. I mean, that'd be pretty funny. Right, here we go. Yep, so move backwards. And then we take a left turn, and it goes to the right. Lovely. We expect the G meter to do. Brilliant. Just to prove it was working. Brilliant. We're coming to the end of the video, so feel free to hit the like and subscribe button for more of this amazing content. And we're bringing some cool props to you. I need to do the gauges still, we need to do the shifters still, and while I do that, I'm going to show you how to do column shifting and things like that. But is there any cool props maybe you want me to try and give a go? Drop it in the comments, and if it's something I feel I can get my grasp on, I'll give it a go and do it for you. It'd be nice to come up with something abnormal. But yeah, thanks very much for stopping by. You've been an amazing person. I've been a manic gaming guy. Manic gaming guy. I don't think I said that right. Keep it real, stay safe and share that love. Bye bye. success. We did it. We have done it. It looks a bit random. Maybe you can come up with something better than mine. But here we go. A little demonstration for you of it working. So backwards is for acceleration. I have to grab the wheel. And here we go. You can see it moving back when we go forward, and goes forward when we brake. Immense braking power, better than our acceleration abilities. And then if I turn left, oh no, I wasn't even paying attention to that. Okay, so I just need to put a negative value in the one that goes left and right. But that's it. That's the G meter reader done. Let's go show you the final outcome and what I mean by put a negative value in.